All right, today we're diving into something really special. It's a powerful framework for tackling goals that feel, well, impossible. And we're going to see it through the incredible true story of one student who just refused to back down.
You know that feeling, right? That dream job, that personal best you want to hit, that huge project that just seems way too big or too hard or maybe just too far off. This whole explainer is about flipping that script, turning that no way I can do this feeling into a real concrete plan for here's exactly how I'm going to get it done.
So let's meet the hero of our story, a student named Ko. She had this one crystal clear ambition. She wanted to study in Japan. But there was let's call it a massive roadblock standing right in her way. And just look at the gap here between her dream and her day-to-day reality. Her family simply couldn't afford to send her abroad, so her only shot, her only one, was to win this super prestigious, full-ride government scholarship. Now, the competition for that thing was absolutely fierce. I mean, the odds were just completely stacked against her. And yeah, that feeling of being discouraged, it was totally real. So what do you even do when you're staring up at a mountain that high? Well, instead of just giving up, which would have been the easy thing to do, Ko turned to this really powerful, ancient framework for success. And this wasn't about wishing for luck or just being talented. This was all about having a solid process. What she used is a framework called Iddhipada, which basically means the 4 powers for success. You can think of it like a 4-step toolkit for making big things happen. First, you've got passion, then effort. Third is focus, and last, investigation. This became her exact roadmap to get from where she was to where she wanted to be. Okay, so it's one thing to know the principles, right? But it's a whole other thing to actually put them into practice. So let's break down exactly how Ko used each one of these 4 powers to systematically chip away at her impossible goal. First up is Chanda, or passion. Now, this is not just about wanting the final prize. This is about finding real, genuine joy and satisfaction in the work itself. It's the engine. It's the thing that's going to power everything else you do.
And this is where she completely reframed her mindset. For her, all that time studying English, that wasn't a chore, it was an opportunity. Learning all about Japanese culture wasn't just homework, it was part of the adventure. You see, by finding a way to actually love the process, she completely changed the game for herself.
All right, next we have Virya, which is all about effort. This is the grind. It's the pure hard work. It's that relentless, stick-with-it perseverance that has you putting in the hours, day after day, especially on the days you really don't feel like it. And Ko's approach to Virya was frankly intense. She lived and breathed by a super strict schedule, waking up early, staying up late. She made a conscious choice to sacrifice her downtime and even some sleep because she knew her goal demanded it. This wasn't some quick burst of motivation. This was sustained, unwavering, long-term commitment.
So the third power is Sita, and that means focus. This is all about being 100% present and giving your complete, undivided attention to whatever you're doing. You know, it's the real difference between just being busy and being truly productive.
And check this out. Her focus wasn't just on passing the written test. She applied it to the entire process. She prepared like crazy for the interview, practicing exactly how to talk about her passion and convince the judges. She got it. She understood that every single little detail mattered. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, Vimamsa. This means wise investigation or reflection. This is the intelligence that guides all that hard work. It's about working smart, not just hard. It's about constantly taking a step back, analyzing your own approach, and figuring out how to get better.
And this is really where it all comes together. Cal wasn't just grinding away blindly. She would constantly review her progress, figure out her weak spots, and then tweak her strategy. And, crucially, she actually went out and found past scholarship winners to learn from them. She used their wisdom to make her own effort that much more effective.
So, after all of that, the passion, the insane effort, the laser focus, and that smart investigation, what happened? What was the result of all this work? The payoff for all that incredible discipline and strategy was just staggering. She didn't just squeeze by, she didn't just get through the door, she completely blew the door off its hinges.
Keo was ranked #1, first place, out of every single person who applied. She didn't just win the scholarship, she absolutely dominated the competition, securing her dream to study in Japan 100% free of charge.
Kao's story is just amazing, but it's more than just a story. It's a blueprint. It shows all of us that these principles aren't just some abstract philosophical ideas. They're real, practical tools that you can use to achieve some pretty extraordinary things.
So, what's the big takeaway for you here? This framework is totally universal. It's a system that works together. Your passion is the fuel in the tank, your effort is the engine that burns that fuel, focus is your steering wheel, making sure you're heading in the right direction with quality, and investigation, that's your GPS, constantly finding the smartest, most efficient route. This is your toolkit for any big goal you've got. So that leaves us with one final question, and this one is for you. What's that dream you've had that maybe fell out of reach that now feels just a little bit more possible? What impossible goal are you going to start pursuing today?